Hello, let's play a bunch of daily word games. Today's bonus game is Cell Tower. So let's start with tower. All right. I guess we could guess the left word, but we want to figure out what kind of ER word we're dealing with on the right while we do so. So let's target the vowels first to see what vowel is going to be involved in the ER. I think we could start with something like round, and that would be okay. All right, so it's not a U. Okay, so now what? The A or the I? Is there like a something O-A-R I can guess? We can't end in D. That's what I'd initially want to do. Actually, without ending in D, I'm not sure how we do this. Maybe an O, a Y, O-A-R-Y? Or maybe O-R-A-Y? Foray. That works. Okay, so we found that there's an A. So we're A-T-E-R almost certainly. We don't have to be, but we probably are. So it could be cater, later. All right, let's write this out. Cater, later, gator, maybe. Baiter, maybe. I think I should do a filler. Maybe the left word will just magically get it, though. So it's... Oh, is it actually O-A-R-Y? And I didn't think of it. Is this how you spell Lori? No, didn't think so. Yeah, otherwise it's A-O something R-Y, and that doesn't look good. I can't think what letter goes there. We could try them all. Sorry. Gory. That's a word? Okay. Hoary's a word. Jory. Corey. Lori. You know what? I'm going to do the filler for the ER word first. So cater, later, baiter, gator, something like that. I'm going to do climb. None of those. Okay. Wow. I thought those were the most likely. Hater is an option. Gator is an option. I think I have to do another filler because I don't know what this left word is either. What should I do though? It'd be really nice to do an A third just to confirm that that's where the A goes. We know where the R goes. Obviously HDA is not it, but maybe like shags is good enough. It checks for hater and gator, and it checks the A in the middle for whether it's O-A-R-Y or A-O something R-Y. Let's try it. There's an H in both. So it's H-O-A-R-Y. Oh no, there's not an H in both. Sorry. I saw the yellow H on the left and I assumed it would also be on the right. It's not hater or gator. What? There's not like atter or... It's not after. After was possible for a bit. No, it wasn't. Not after 4A. What? Okay. Pater. It would be accepted. I don't think I want to guess that. I don't know what it is. So if it's A-T-E-R, it's only pater, and I don't know what that is. So is there another option that maybe... Well, if A went second, it has to be ater. So A doesn't go second, so then A would go first, and then we'd have some kind of T. I don't like those either. Do I do pater? Is arter a word? No. Atrer? No. Again, the R actually, if there was a second R, would have to go second, right? And then that would force the A first, and that would be arter. So yeah, we're not repeating the R. Are we repeating the E? Is there any way we repeat the E? Eater. I think it's eater. There we go. I'm glad I didn't guess pater. Eater makes a lot more sense. What is this word though? It's just a white color of white. Whitish or grayish white. Okay. Sure. Let's move on. Let's do Fibble. So each guess has exactly one lie in it. Maybe the E should be yellow or green. Maybe this R should be gray or yellow. We don't know. But one of the colors is lying. So I'm going to assume this R is correct for now. We try to use as much positive information as we can. We'll move that A around. Let's end in E. There's lots of words like this. I'm just trying to think about how to get the best possible letters. I think maybe TRANE is accepted. It's not. Okay. Something else there, though. Or maybe even like irate. I think irate is great. Okay, so what did we learn here? First of all, there's a contradiction between these R's. They disagree fundamentally. So one of them has to be a lie. So anything that we reused between these two is true. So the E is not in the word. And then the A is in the word, but we don't know for sure that this green is correct, right? Or that this yellow is correct. One of them could be lying. Actually, that does mean the yellow is correct, because if the A is in the word, sorry, if A were the lie, then R would be the lie, right? Because that R would be true, and then we'd have two A's in a row, right? So this A is telling the truth. I'm thinking the R needs to be yellow. Does it need to be yellow there? We have to use, so if this R is telling the truth, we have to use a D in the word, and I'm just not sure where that D would go. But I'm wondering if we could do something like DRA and then just ignore the T. Wait, what are my lies? If the R is the lie, then I'd have to do DRATI. That would be the only option. And so yeah, okay. This R is the lie. Can both R's be lying? Both R's could be lying. But we know at least that R is the lie, so there's no D. So what are we doing here? Like, I'm not sure what that I is going to do. AI maybe? So like AIR and then just ignore the T? Is there a word for that? Blair? No, it's RE. I never know what's AIR. What's RE in the moment? Chair. Chair would work. Oh, that was the answer. Wow. Chair and 2. Awesome. Took me a bit, but I got there. How'd you do? Let's play Betweenle. Start with Lucky. Okay, so our orange dot is closer to Lucky than the end, but not that close. I'm not sure exactly what to skip ahead to. Maybe the R. So let's do like I don't know. Let's do the middle R. I don't know. You know, let's do an early R. Let's do range. Too far, but only by a little bit. I'm going to try a Q word just to narrow this, to see if we actually start with R or if we, yeah. Do I do a late Q or an early Q? Let's do quail. Let's do an early Q. Okay, so we're between quail and range, but we're much closer to quail. So I'm wondering if we're a late Q then, like quote. Between quail and quote. Okay, so we start with QU almost certainly. Could be quite. No. What are we doing here? QUE? I don't know. Is there a QUE? Like quest, I guess. Okay, QUE. Wait. Oh, is it Q? It's not. Okay, I don't think we're QUE then. So we're QUI and then something really early. Quick? There we go. Imagine if it was Q. That would have been much better. All right, quick and 8. I'm pretty happy with that. QU words can be difficult. How'd you do? All right, let's play Cell Tower. So the way this game works, it's a word search game, but we don't know what words we're looking for. Instead, we know every letter is involved in a word that is 4 to 8 letters long. And so we need to be able to build words such that every letter gets used. And there's only one solution. The other trick to this is you're limited in how to draw the word. So this is print because it's read left to right, top to bottom. It doesn't matter what order I select them in. We're not drawing like a line. It's just whatever blob we select is read left to right, top to bottom. Now I can't disconnect the blob. That won't work. It has to be connected in some way like this. Can't do diagonals. So this would be print, right? This would be print add. Okay. So print might be it, to be honest. But we can't just well, we could lock it in, but we don't really want to lock it in until we've proven that at least that the words around it seem possible, or that the letters around it seem like they can make words. I'm seeing something going on here, like an IOUS, but we need to use this N. So sinuous, is that? No, we can't quite make that. I see dice or diced. What's going on here? Sin. I'm not sure this is diced. Hold on. I want to do like division or something, but it's just not, it's not buildable. Let's think about this C though. Like the C is not going to take that V. So it is going to go CE. And I'm just not sure we can start with the C. So I think we are dice or diced. But what are we doing over here? I see insist. Insist. This would be SV though. So yeah, that's no good. It's at least SO. And then we'd have to. Huh. Insist is nice, diced is nice, but I don't know how to make words here. So I'm gonna need some kind of vowel. I don't think we can do diced. What are we doing here? I'm trying to figure out how this V is used. I'm failing. Div, like I'm thinking about div. I'm thinking about like it's just not surrounded by good letters here. Before it. Devout? That's not how you spell devout, isn't it? DE? I was looking at this. It also isolates that S, which is no good. Insist looks really good, so I don't know that we want to remove that. But we could. Let's look at some other areas first, and then we'll come back to that. Maybe it'll help. Let's look down here. I see wine here, but I don't know if that's good. There's Stein. Is that how you spell Stein? Let's see if it would accept that. Yeah, it would accept Stein. And then we've got tree. I don't know if it would be that. Could be. This BS, BG, yeah, that's no good. So what are we doing with that? Yeah, what's this B doing? I feel like it's got to be begin. Like rest or something. Rest and begin. This one's tough. We've got weak. Well, all these S's. We've got start. Something ending in ed, like tiled. I don't know what this double S is doing. Like a word ending in double S is my thought. But it would have to be ASS. That's the only way we're doing that. This could be an ed ending as well. If I can figure out this, I think I'm happy locking all this in. NEN. Something's not adding up. I'm not doing like entitled, right? Because I did tiled. I think that looks good. But then what's this A doing actually? Is it tailed instead of tiled? That might make sense. Maybe stoked. What's this TR doing though? Well, insist would be here. So it can't be stoked if that's the case. Something's not adding up. Maybe in. Maybe not. Oh, this could be reset instead of rest. I just don't know what these S's are doing. It could just be ins, right? INNS, ins. Rads. Would it accept rads? Okay, let's start locking some of this in. It might not be right though, but we're gonna lock in Stein. Oh, no, we weren't gonna lock in Stein. I already made a mistake. Darn it. It wasn't Stein, it was begin. I forgot what I did, and then reset. Then weak, and then start. Can't believe I did that. Ins. Rads. And tailed. Okay. Some of this could be wrong. I don't know. What's going on over here, though? I didn't really think about that. PT? Like, what's going on there? I can't do adapt. I'd want to. Adipt. Darn, I feel like I already did something wrong. Let's block in insist as well. Do we want print? Not sure. Let's see. And then sadly. And that would mean this is a dipped. Yeah, it's wrong. Something's wrong. What's that P doing? Preset. Add it. What's this doing? I bet the ins is wrong. And rads. Let's just remove those. I bet those are wrong. Not doing great today. And I still have no idea what's going on up here. Like, do we do diced? Then there's nothing to do here. Got duet just sitting here. That doesn't seem good though. It's isolating all of this area. And I don't know what, like, I don't know what's going on over here. Re something or TR-E, TR. This K is kind of out of place. I feel like we got to end in that KE. Troked. Roked. What's this doing? Disk? There's nothing to do here. It ins and rad, but I think I've put myself in a corner. I'm going to use the hint, and the hint will tell me if everything is correct, it'll give me a word. If anything's incorrect, it'll remove any incorrect words. Okay, tailed, print, and preset were wrong. Print being wrong makes a lot of sense just because I couldn't figure out how to make words here. Preset being wrong is a little surprising, but maybe not too surprising given. Oh, maybe it's present instead of preset. Let's try adding that. I've already used like a hint and everything. I don't really care at this point. Maybe it's printed. Does that help? Still have no idea what's going on up here though. Like, does the PR help somehow? I feel like it's got to just be printed. Maybe that's why it was wrong. No idea what's going on around here though. What's the C doing? Especially with printed, what's that C doing? Oh, discount. Oh, that's tough. And then what? Vag? No idea. What? I mean, I can see that printed might be wrong, right? How could discount be wrong, really? But I can't even visualize, like, what would we even do with some of these letters from printed? We know print is wrong. So it's going to be something like that. Oh, it's vague, but we don't know which E is used. We have to use this E, otherwise the P gets isolated. PE what? Petrol. Maybe. Then this K, what would it do? Kept? And dealed? No. Detailed. Detailed. Ah, I had tailed, but it was detailed. This is a really tough one. I still have no idea what's going on over here. Addition? Okay. Oh, I missed an S somewhere. I bet it's presents. And then reads. Got it. Wow, this path is the worst. Just 4 wrong words, then 1 correct word, then another wrong word, then remove 2 of the wrong words, and then use a hint to get back to the bottom. Then do a wrong word again. Then get a bunch of correct words, then fix the wrong word. Okay. Yeah, not so great today, but at least I finished it with one hint. Yeah, this was tough. Discount was really hard to see. Vague for some reason, even if it was a straight line, was hard for me to see. I get it tailed instead of detailed. I did rest, then reset, then preset, then present, then presents. So that was bad. I was right about begin, week, and start. And then print, I didn't add the ed to the end, which I should have. All right, well, how'd you do? Let's do word 500. Let's start with print. There's one yellow. Ooh, what yellow do we want to use there? Maybe the R. We could try an ER word. What's a good one? How about waiver? One green, one yellow. Not an ER word. I'm willing to believe that like we need the E and the A somewhere, but with one green, one yellow, it's hard to put them next to each other, so maybe not. What if like the E is supposed to go at the end and we did get the, or sorry, no, that doesn't work. I think we got the ER. That's my initial thought is we were ER, just not here. So do we end in R, or maybe the E is supposed to be here and the R is elsewhere? But so like maybe like an RE type word. RE. I don't think it would be RED, but actually I don't really know what would do that. I'm gonna guess chord anyway. See what happens. Still one green, one yellow. So maybe the R is elsewhere. Maybe we start with R and there's an E here. Is there a word that does that? Rebel does it. Okay, I half expected that to be correct, but okay. So now we know E can't be green. I'm thinking it's yellow all the way up. Ooh, and that would mean that would be yellow here. Okay. And then maybe, yeah, that means there's no R. So the R is gone. So we had a green. I'm thinking E is at the end. So I'm thinking the D wouldn't be the green. So maybe the O would be the green. That might make sense. It would be OE. Which means up here, the A wouldn't be the green. So we'd have to use the W, or so maybe the CA would be better. What's CA look like instead? CA, then E. And then I have to use an I, N, T, or P out of place. I'm not seeing a word. Oh. It doesn't have to be the E. Could be the R. We know it's not ER. We know only one of ER could be in the word. Yeah, I'm just not seeing a CA word. What about like an O here? Then I'd have to use the V or the W in place. We O E, and then I need to use a V or a W somewhere. And still I'd have to use a P, I, N, or T. Out of place. Yeah, I'm not seeing a word like that. Okay, let's start over. Let's say there is no E in the word, in which case we probably have an R. So the R would be, well, it can't be green in both of these. The R would be yellow here, no B or L. I'm not sure where I want the R. Let's say it was yellow here and green at the end, just because I got to pick something. So this can't be the green then. So we'd have a green C or O, and then a green, and then a yellow W, A, or V. So maybe we'd have the O and the A. That seems reasonable. Yeah, that's all working. So we'd have O, and then like AR, like sonar or something, but not molar. No. I think ARO might be better actually. So if I swap this to be yellow and this to be green, and swap this to be yellow and this to be green, then I can do an AOR. No, sorry, ARO. Is there a word for that? With letters that I have left? I suppose the O could be elsewhere. Oh no. Can't be arrow. I thought I was onto something, but there's not a word here. Is Fargo a word? Fargo's a place, right? Yeah. Think about O here. Doesn't work. Okay, so what are we doing? I might have to do a filler. Maybe a filler using letters that like, so if I use the B and the L, and then I use like, if I'm pretty sure that there's an E or an R, I should use a BL. I'm gonna try to get all reds is what I'm doing here. And then I think there's no E, but I'm not sure about that. So let's hold off on that. What about something like blunt? I'm hoping blunt is all red. It is, perfect. So we know that there's an E or an R in the word, but not both. Okay, so does that help? I mean, at least gives me confidence that something I was looking at's right. Okay, what if I looked at E being green here? What about E being yellow here? It'd be like that. There'd be no R. So I'd have to move the E somewhere else, obviously. One of these would be green. What about the A? Does that make sense? We have an A in place. Whoops. We have an A in place, and then the E probably will go at the end. I think we looked at this, actually. I'm pretty sure I did. So the D couldn't be the green here. Yeah. And then the O couldn't be the green. So it would be CA. Yeah, we looked at this. CA, something, something E. We need a P or an I. And I couldn't think of a word. So yeah, it's not that. So what? And then the green E here. No, that's not possible because then this would have to be green. It's not. So I think that there's no E. So we'd have the R yellow here. R yellow here. So if I think there's no PI or E, maybe I should do another word with PIE in it just to check that. I could do like an ED word just, and hope that there's like no E or D either. I don't have to use the I. I could just do posed and hope for the best. One yellow and posed. Okay. So I think it's the O. That's what see, we don't know if it's the E or not. Darn, maybe I should have done something a little safer. But let's say the O is the yellow here. What's the consequence of that? No E's. It means there has to be an R. So we get none of these. O being yellow means the R has to be the green here. That means the R is the yellow here. This wouldn't be green. So probably an A here. So it just means that we have an A, R, and then there's an O. And I looked at this as well, and I couldn't think of a word. I get one more filler. I'd have to make it a good one. Eerie? No. We know there's an E or an R. Melee? I need to know if there's an E or an R for sure. Something like blend is probably safe. So one idea is to use known reds plus an E. Just be done with it. Know whether there's an E or an R. Where I could a little bit of a gamble, but I don't know about gambling on my second to last guess. So yeah, let's just use known letters with just an E, or just an R. Trunk is probably safe. I just want to eliminate one more letter, but it's really tempting to do blend. But if I get one yellow in blend, it could be the D technically. If I got a green in blend, no, D can't be green at the end because posed. D being yellow would mean that R is in place. Let's look at that. Am I convinced that there's no D? So that would remove all the E's. It would mean there has to be an R, so all that would be true. This R would have to be green, this R would have to be yellow. Okay, and then we'd have a green over here. Probably DAR. Can't think of a DAR word right now. Can't think of one. So I think if I do blend, it'll be all red. Okay, one yellow. Darn, that's the result I didn't want, but I'm pretty convinced there's no D. So I think it's safe to say that E is yellow here, which means E is yellow here. So no POS, which means E is yellow all the way up here. Oops, it means this E is yellow. So you have to do yellow that. There's no R. There's no P, so there'd have to be an I in the word. The C in the word would be green. And this is what we're left with. So it would be C. E is forced at the end. So probably C. Well, if we use the A, we'd be CA and then ending in IE. I don't see how that works. So if we didn't use the A, we could be CI ending in E, and then we'd have the V in place. Yeah, so if the C is green, the W is not. So the other option is CIV something E. Also not good. CA something IE. What? Am I missing something obvious? This has been really hard. Maybe I'm misinterpreting something. The blend being yellow, that was my worst fear, is that blend would have one yellow. I shouldn't have done it. I should have just done a pure, is it E or R? But I thought the gamble would work. I thought I proved D couldn't be yellow. So let's just look at that, I guess. D yellow all the way down. No E in that case. So we'd have to have the R. What do we know for sure here? We know that there's no PO or S. There'd have to be an R, so there's no I. This would be the yellow R. So one of these R's is green for sure. I don't know which one. I'm going to need a vowel, so I think I got to bring in this A. I don't know if it's yellow or red. Honestly, I think I'd want 2 A's. I think I'd want to do this. So I'd have, darn, it would be like ARDA maybe, or ARA, DAR. This is what I couldn't figure out. Maybe it ends in Y. I thought about that, but nothing looks good. ARDY maybe? Hardy. I think Hardy works. I think that's it. Yes, okay, finally. Oof. So it ended up being the D. Very unexpected. So maybe blend worked out? Because I learned that it was the D, because we really couldn't have that yellow E. It didn't work. Very interesting. That was tough. I don't know exactly why, but it was really tough. How'd you do? Let's do polygonal. We have an 8-letter word today. Expert is on. This letter repeats, this letter repeats, and this letter repeats. If I ended in ing, that's all 3 repeats, and it doesn't look very good. Well, sign is okay, but what are we putting here? That's the problem. There's nothing that can go here. Signing is a word, but we need a letter here. Like a signling? No, okay, so I don't think it's that. If we do an E something ending, like ED, ER, something like that, that works out pretty well for this. This could be a T. Strat. Doesn't work. All right, I'm pretty burnt out from that word 500, so I'm just going to do a filler. Machined. All right, I was right about the E. That's an N, interestingly. So this is probably an R or an S. What looks better? Maybe S? What goes here? Like unread. Oh, there's an I. In. Trying to find out what letter goes here. All right, I'm going to do robustly. Okay, N-E-R probably, and then we'd have in retner. No. Okay, so not that then. That was all forced, right? As soon as I did N-E-R, this couldn't be the I, so this would be the I and this would be the T. We have all our letters, but so it's not N-E-R. Maybe it's N-E-T. That would force this to be R, and it's internet. Wow, how did I not think of that? Okay, internet. Only 8 words possible, so 4 ordinaries. Instance, internet, miseries, thresher. So the only ER was thresher. I don't know if I would have thought of that. There's also foregoer. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't on the right track at all. All right, let's do the mini. Okay, what do we want to do here? Like poses or something? No? Okay, maybe this is an E. So what would we do here? I'm getting pretty tired. We're almost done. Where? Nope, that wasn't the E. Okay, we'll put the E here. What do we want here? I don't know. Like I was initially thought I'd get T, but I don't know what to do there. Let it go. Let it go. Let it. N? Do we start with E? Or is this like an A? We could do like an EA. I don't like that at all, do I? Or an A, an E here. Darn, I don't know what to do. Like, what even makes sense there? N, T, and the two things I tried. D, maybe? I'm going to guess redid if it accepts it. It does. Okay, so this is the E. This is not an I. Maybe this is an A then. Like, what are we putting for that E? Nothing that makes a whole lot of sense. Oh, it's a kebab? Wow, that was tough. Okay. All right. This is kind of a rare one. I don't know how many have E second. It's hard to look through here. Doesn't look like very many. Zedon. I got rid of the O in poses though. All right, let's move on. Let's do Symble. I'll start with Blaze. Nothing from Blaze, so we do Toxin. Ooh, okay, so we start with T. So we're assuming there's no X in the word. And then we got to do like ON or something. It doesn't have to be, but I'm thinking thong. And I was thinking right. Nice. Thong in 3. Pretty good start to my 11-01 streak. Cool. Let's move on. Last game. Sure, we'll start with thong here. Nothing. All gray. We got to do a backwards word. But I just want good letters. S, R, E. Maybe an A or an L. Oh, apparently Lears works. Okay. I'll just hit enter. Of all that, we just have an A. Let's find out if the A goes here. Let's see if we don't know for an AY word, but we'll guess one. What would we do? Huh. Not as easy as I thought with what letters we have left. Oh, come on. It doesn't have to be an AY word, obviously. The A could be in the middle. Does that help me? End in CK? Black? No. What's the useful letter to get in that one piece of info I'm gonna get? I don't even know. Another vowel? Like, should I just do an AI? I guess that's probably the best thing to do. I mean, it'd be nice to go for an answer, but I don't really have to. The chances of this being the answer is small. But it's 0 if I use a gray. All right, let's just come up with something. Wave. Okay, so we know this is an A, and there is an I in the word. It's just not second. We're gonna get symbol clues on this one, so these are really useful ones. But at the same time, I need to come up with a word here. Can't be manic. Come on, think of something. The people are waiting. Cabin. Like, I want to end in IN. IC, maybe? Is there like a good IC word? Other than panic? Oh, what about vapid? That's pretty good. Okay, that was the answer. Wow. All right. From this to Vapid is pretty good, if you have to admit. All right. Well, those are the games for today. I'm just suddenly like Word 500 just wiped me out. That was so much. But I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.